Hello and welcome to another episode of The Zoo. Today is the Christmas show, and with me to celebrate today's highlights are Chris Rickson in Wales and Jeff Maloney in Los Angeles. Welcome, guys.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Jeff. And let's start with you, Jeff. You found this wonderful Santa tracker. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, if you go to Google and you just type in Santa Tracker, it's Google Santa Tracker. So what it does is it kicks off, I guess it's 24 hours before Christmas, and it just tracks Santa from basically probably Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, all the way across to the other side of the world, and it goes to different little cities, and there's a little jazzy tune that goes along with them, and it tells you a little bit about the city. So best app of the year.
I was on the page, and they have small games too, and it's quite addictive. You can end up spending way too much time.
Yeah, I think they added some games to it over the years, so it's a fun little thing for the holidays.
Have you seen that, Chris?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's that one. I think my kids like the NORAD one. Not sure how I feel about that, really, given what NORAD.
Google versus NORAD.
Yeah, exactly. And then my oldest is kind of old enough to work out that Santa must have some quantum mechanical tricks up his sleeve to do what he does every year. So that's kind of in fact, that's a theory we arrived at together in order to get around as fast as he does. Perhaps he's everywhere at the same time. So we have quantum Santa in our house.
How old is he?
My oldest, it's my daughter's my oldest one. She's 14, and she thinks about things like that.
We had a crisis like that a few years ago with I guess she was just 9 at the time. My youngest daughter, she wanted a pig badly, and I've been saying no pig. There's no pig. You're not gonna have a pig because you can't really have a pig in a regular residential home. So as a rebellious young girl, she figured she's going to circumvent her parents and go straight to Santa. And that's when she started to become suspicious, and she came back up the stairs and said, I just need the truth. It doesn't matter what the answer is there a Santa? And I had to explain, no, there is.
Is it true that you can't have a pig in a regular residential home?
I'm not going to test the law on that, by the way.
Well, then you should move to Wales, because about 20 feet away from me right now, there are 4 or 5. True.
But hold on, because you always see in the news that there's an alligator or a tiger in some little, Brooklyn loft. So you can have a wild game, but you can't have a pig in Elseworld.
Yes.
I'd like to add that my local pigs are outside. They're not pitched up in somebody's house.
Well, that's the thing, right? She's expecting to raise it in her little room, and the thing we probably.
Yeah, I've seen these pet pigs.
Now I feel bad. I feel like a Grinch, But in that spirit of Christmas, there's a new thing, I guess, an elbow divider that they're going to put on planes so that we don't knock each other's elbow. And I travel way too much and yada yada. But I never really had an elbow issue. I think that's one of the last levels of civility that we can exchange. And now we're going to take that away and just live behind plastic glasses.
I don't know how you call it civility, because every time you go on an airplane, it's like the first one that gets the elbow rest, the armrest really gets for the rest of the flight. So what I found the other day was an app it's called Soarigami, Soarigami, and it's just that. It looks like a paper airplane, and it has a little divider that you just sit on the armrest, and somebody gets one side and the other person gets the other side. But the best part about Soarigami isn't necessarily the app, the little device itself, is the marketing video that they have that goes along with it. So you need to go check it out, soarigami.com.
Rickson, in your part of the world, there's a tad, at least I pretend there's a tad higher level of civility. Is this an issue, like on public buses, in subways? Are we going to start to divide our lives into small compartments? And so
No, the Welsh like to get as close as possible. And I can say that as an Englishman living here, I suppose. Or maybe I can't say that. But everybody has a very good understanding of everybody else's business, certainly where I live. and so you kind of take some adjustment, but you need to be ready to answer a lot of questions when you first move in around here. A lot of questions. Yeah. But I've got to tell you, there's a definite upside. People really do look out for each other here. So as much as they want to know everything, they're also willing to give you everything too, and that's in stark contrast to the southeast of England where I come from and where we lived until about 10 years ago. So it's all right. Yeah, and they don't mind rubbing up against each other on buses, and that sounds dodgy, but I don't think you'd sell many dividers over here.
What fun stuff is going to happen? What's the name of the town you live in Wales?
I live in a tiny, tiny, tiny village called Llanelli Hill.
And in this wonderful village, which I'm not going to try to repeat, there are some curious Christmas rituals.
Well, roundabout, yes. Yeah, some official and some unofficial. But strange things happen. There are some ancient customs, some of which are completely unfathomable and extremely odd. Not necessarily seeing a great deal of it up here. It's a little bit, there's a few houses clustered together, so there's no real centre of ceremony. But certainly you go to some of the villages roundabout and you see some ancient traditions, including something called a Mari Lwyd, which looks a bit like a dead horse. Well, there seems to be a horse involved somehow, a pantomime, not a real one. It seems to be carried around by strange men in strange costumes into your house, through your door and into your house and round your house and back out again. Or at least that's what they told me.
And this is some kind of pagan Christmas, well, I guess pre-Christmas ritual?
Yeah, are they blessing your house or?
I've never really worked. Yeah, they go around various houses and I've never, and there's fire and all kinds of strange things going on. You have to remember, this is, this is the Druids ruled here once, right? So there's thousands of years of very odd and ritualistic and pagan cultures. Some of it quite appealing, as it relates to the earth and good things like that, and some of it just plain odd.
Oh well. Well, I wish both of you a Merry Christmas. It was great working with you this year. We'll continue next year with new topics and new insanity. For the rest of you out there, take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.
Happy holidays.